fly Pelican, and I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Willie, what did you just think about Jackson Hayes' night? You know, hasn't been in there a ton and comes off the bench, scores 21 for you.
First and foremost, just so grateful and blessed to come in this building and get a win. Gutsy performance on all of our guys' part. But what I said in the locker room to Jackson was number one, not only myself, but everyone is extremely proud of what he just did tonight on the floor. It is very difficult to not play and stay ready, stay working on your game, stay watching film. Him and Coach Darnell, they do a great job of just getting in the gym. He's getting his shots up, and tonight was preparation meets opportunity, and he took full advantage of it. So we're extremely proud. We don't get that win without Jackson Hayes.
And what do you think allowed him to have this success and be so efficient on the offensive end tonight?
Say that again.
What do you think allowed Jackson to be so efficient on the offensive end tonight?
I think, once again, it goes back to the fact that he's putting the work in on the floor in practice, staying extra, putting extra time in. So when he gets these moments, he got in the rhythm real quick of just setting screens, diving, being in the right positions. And I thought he was excellent defensively. He changed a lot of shots, especially down the stretch. They were doing a great job of attacking the basket, getting into the paint. Those last couple of possessions, Jackson did a great job of altering those guys once they got in the paint, and we came up with some big rebounds.
Yeah, you figured these two games would be tough without Zion and B.I. Just what did you think about your team being able to pull both wins out, shorthanded?
This is a relentless group, and we couldn't be more proud of what they're doing. It's a credit to David Griffin and Trajan and Swin and our whole staff. They do a great job of going after high character, highly competitive guys, and you're seeing it on display. I thought tonight, it was a tough back-to-back, but, we just gutted it out, and sometimes you have to do that in this league.
And you said we wouldn't win this game without Jackson. It feels like you said that same phrase with a bunch of different guys' names this season. How much has that been the story for you guys, being able to lean on so many different guys on different nights?
Yeah, it's truly a blessing to have guys that are bought into what we're trying to accomplish. They're such good guys that we continue to tell them to stay ready and keep working. Your opportunity is going to come. And like you said, I've said it with a number of different guys, Najee and Jose and Devontae and Jackson and Billy. And so it's a blessing to have guys that just put the work in and they're all connected and they want to go out and really help the team win.
What do you think the difference was? Obviously, you probably didn't want this game to get to overtime, but what was the difference there in the last 4 or 5 minutes that helped send this into OT?
We just picked up our energy and our defensive effort. They came out in the second half and they were playing with more force, more pace, which led them to knock down shots, and then they get to the paint. They're one of the top teams at scoring in the paint. So I thought the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, we did a better job of trying to take the ball out of Shai Gilgeous' hand. We blitzed him, we hit him, we read to hit. We threw a number of different things at him to try to shake up their rhythm. And then having Jackson, who can guard multiple positions, allowed us to stay in front of our guys a bit more.
Her at the end of the game just seemed like he was on a different level. Not too many times you see guys just face guarding elite guys like that and actually denying the ball. What did you think of the job that he did down the stretch?
He did a great job. Her, Najee, whomever was on him. Gilgeous-Alexander is such a good player. We decided, look, whenever he gives the ball up, we just got to face guard him and not let him catch it and force the other guys to have to make plays. Really good adjustment by Coach Jaron Collins. And that's what it takes. These guys are so talented, and those crunch time moments like you see, if the ball is in their hands, they can make plays for themselves or their teammates. So great job overall collectively by our group of just gutting out an overtime win.
I know we've seen some crazy games in Oklahoma City over the last few days. So what did you think of the ending tonight when that shot was going up?
I had a good angle, and from my angle, it looked good. So thank God it didn't go in, and we can get home tonight, enjoy our Christmas Eve and Christmas with 2 straight wins. So good job on our team.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, guys.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all joining us for this episode of the Pelican post-game report. And like I always say, a very happy and victorious Pelican post-game report. Shorthanded Pelicans escape 128-125 OT win versus OKC, winners of 2 in a row. Quite amazing, family. Quite amazing in the matchups. I'm Big Q chiming in this thing. Got my co-host DC in transit on the line as well. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all for being in here. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button. Hit the share button. We up in this thing. Sorry we a little late, fam. Of course, my boy DC's in transit on the way to his crib. So we had to kind of push it a little bit. But anyway, DC, welcome to the stream. How you doing, brother?
Yo, what's happening, bro? Pretty good, man. Shout out to the flock. Shout out to the Pels, man, for going ahead and pull it out, because we didn't see how this story goes sometimes. Up big, make some mistakes, allow the team to get back in it and, walk away with an L. But they was able to make it happen, man, with CJ being a little banged up. Zion out, BI out. But, Jackson Hayes, trigger Trey, wouldn't let us fail, man, as well as Najee Marshall and the rest of the Pels, man. Shout out to them. Good team win. And I'm just glad we got the win, man, because it looked a little depressing at one point. Looked like it wasn't going to turn out good. With the clock malfunction, that was kind of weird at the end of the game. But nonetheless, walk away with the W, man. Got to be happy about that.
Indeed, man. No doubt about it. We definitely happy about that, man. Pelicans give the city of New Orleans and the entire Pelican Nation a very good present, a 2-game winning streak, and that is something very positive. After coming off 4 really dissatisfying losses, the Pelicans right the ship in shorthanded, which shows a lot of guts, and The Pelicans are a deep squad, and that depth was tested, especially tonight at OKC, as the Pelicans had a back-to-back home and then an away game, which is really difficult. They go up there and come away with the win in overtime. They have a couple of days off to rest, rehab, and enjoy the holiday season. So well-deserved Pelicans. They gave OKC way too many chances in this thing, but nonetheless, they won a tough matchup, man. Let's get into the team statistics on this thing. 41 of 94 are the Pelicans for 43.6 versus OKC's 47 of 102 for 46.1. Pelicans were 13 of 37 from downtown for 35.1%. OKC 13 of 35 for 37.1. Pelicans went to the line on the road against OKC 40 times. 40 times, came away with 33 out of 40 for 82.5% from the charity stripe. I know, family. They hit one more, maybe two more. We don't even go to overtime, but it is what it is. They were able to still grind it out. See the Pelicans in this one, man. They had a couple of times when they made it a little hard on themselves, but they still showed the heart to fix it. 18 to 25 for OKC at the line for 72%. Pelicans had 55 rebounds tonight versus 47 by OKC. In the matchup, they had 30 assists versus 27 of OKC. The Pelicans won the steal game 10-9. They lost the block game 5-4. Turnovers, Pelicans had 21 turnovers with 17 points off versus 18 turnovers by OKC with 22 points off. Fast break, OKC, that's how they was able to get into that thing with the turnovers by the Pelicans and the fast break points as well. They were 20 versus 9 by the Pelicans and 66 to 54 in the points in the paint. That also helped boost it because the Pelicans started the second half up by 18, and that lead crumbled real quick as OKC put up 31 points in that thing and continued to play really hard in the fourth, led by SGA. He was powering them with 44. But nonetheless, the Pelicans said, man, we done seen this old shit before with Devin Booker. We're not going to end up on the wrong side of this. Pelicans led by as much as 21 in the matchup. 9 was the largest. OKC was able to take the lead late. Pelicans held on and closed the deal. DC, quick thoughts on that before we go individual.
Yeah, man. I mean, the stat that jump off to me, I still can't believe it just looking at it. 40 free throw attempts, bro, on the road with no Zion, no BI. That's amazing, bro. I don't know how we pulled it off, but we did it. So they 25, man. That right there, being able to get to the line and convert at 82%. Of course, we would have liked a couple more, but you know, they still converted at 82% on 40 of them, man. You got to take that and be happy with it. The other one that jumps out to me was the 30 assists. You know what I'm saying? 30 assists in a game where CJ is banged up. You know what I'm saying? We're a little shorthanded, but the guys were able to work together as a team. You know what I'm saying? And we assisted on 30 of those things, man. That's always good. And if I had to look at a statistic, man, I would say when the Pels get 30 plus assists, we don't have too many L's. You know what I mean? I think that's usually gonna turn into a win every time. And you know the last one that jumps out to me, man. Rebounds. A lot of times when we out-rebound teams, we win the game as well. We had 55 of them, you know. Getting 13 offensive rebounds, and then we got 42 on defense, man. Go ahead and closing out those possessions, ending the defensive possession to secure the ball and give you more possessions. So shout out to the Pels for being able to do that, man. You win the rebound battle, the free throw line battle, and the assist battle. You shouldn't have a loser game, you know what I mean, doing that. So they was able to get it done, and that's kind of what jumped out to me.
Yeah, the assists were big, man. In the matchup, the hitting of the free throws, even though they had 82.5, yeah, they one or two more in the matchup, they wouldn't even have to even work as hard. But it is what it is. On the flip side, sometimes some of these games you grind them out. The Pelicans, shorthanded, was able to get it. Let's flip-flop this thing to the individual box score numbers here, family. And like we was talking about on the stream, Pelicans doing things the right way insofar as having when you have a Zion and the BI and all those guys. But when they get hurt, man, your depth will really be tested. And the Pelicans' depth has been tested over the last couple of games. And over the last couple of games without your two big guys, the Pelicans are 2-0. And that goes a long way to what we're going to lead into. Trey Murphy III, 40 minutes, 8 of 13 from the field, 5 of 8 from downtown, 2 of 2 from the charity stripe, 23 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of steals and an assist by Trigger Trey Murphy in the matchup. He led the Pelicans today. Off the bench, it was Jackson Hayes with 28 minutes. Cold turkey Jackson in that thing. 8 of 9 from the field. He was 5 of 8 from the charity stripe. Missed a couple of shots he wasn't supposed to miss, but it's all right. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for Jackson Hayes in the matchup, +5 on the plus minus. But this is the thing. A lot of people wanted to ship Jackson Hayes out. Good thing we didn't, right? Good thing we held on to Jackson Hayes, right? Because like you heard Coach Willie said, without his performance tonight, the Pelicans wouldn't have won this game. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. 2 17-point scores, and we'll revisit the Jackson Hayes narrative a little later. So I love to hear what some of the flock was thinking about this whole Jackson Hayes narrative, man. A deep team that we are, man. We built the right way, no doubt about it. McCollum, 17 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds in 36 minutes, 5 of 18 from the field, struggle shooting that thing, 3 of 8 from downtown, but perfect from the charity stripe, 4 of 4, 17 from Najee Marshall in 34 minutes, 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown. He was 8 of 10 from the charity stripe. He finished with 17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. And Najee Marshall just plays defense. He does gut stuff like go to the basket, challenge the entire goddamn basketball team at the rim. He just does a lot of the hard stuff, falls on the ground. He probably falls on the ground more than any other player in the NBA, man. He's always on the ground, man. 15 points for Herb Jones. He was 4-12 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from downtown, but did hit 7 of 8 of his charity stripe shots, 15 points, 3 steals, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds from Herb Straight Jacket Jones. 11 off the bench from Grand Theft Alvarado in 22 minutes of action. He was 3 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown, and was 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Grand Theft, no steals tonight, but he did give you 11 points and 4 boards in the game. Also, Dyson Daniels played in 15 minutes, no score, but he did have 5 rebounds, some really good offensive rebounds in the matchup as well. For him, he had 5 total rebounds, a couple of steals, and an assist, but Dyson didn't give us nothing offensively speaking. We got to kind of work on that. And, of course, Billy Hernan Gomez didn't play that much in the matchup this time around. 9 minutes, 5 points, and 6. In 9 minutes, he gave you 5 points and 6 boards. My goodness. I mean, Billy just gets busy, man. That's just what he does. And, of course, Big V, Valanciunas at the center position, 27 minutes, 4 of 8 from the field, 0 of 2 from downtown, 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Almost a double-double by Big V today, 10.7 boards in the matchup for him. And, of course, if you go and take a peek at OKC, you know who it was, who was driving them. It was SGA. He was doing everything today. He had a double-double finish with a double-double in the matchup, 44 points, 10 rebounds for him in 43 minutes of action. They just didn't want to take him off the court, but they had to give him a rest. Josh Giddey fed off of him and had a double-double, almost a triple-double, 20 points, 10 boards, and 6 assists for him as well in the game. But not much else shaking from them. 17 from their center and 6 rebounds. That guy is razor thin. You need to pick up some weight. Kendrick Williams off the bench had 9 points in 26 minutes, well, just running over the Pelican people, just running them over. But outside, my goodness. But, I can't complain. They did give the Pelicans 40 foul attempts tonight. So, whatever. So 128-125 Pelicans come alive late in overtime to claim the win. They're on a 2-game winning streak. The Pelicans also claim their 20th win of the season. They're now 20-12 and improved to 7-8 on the road. So that's a good omen right there. DC, talk to me. Who you got?
I got, man. It's gonna be none other than Mr. Jackson Hayes, man. Short as space. Skipping being a paratrooper. He done jumped up off that bench, came back alive. Then man, my man still averaging 1.5 points. They gotta bump that up, man. But Jackson Hayes coming in showing up, bro, showing why we kept him around, showing why you hear people like me saying, no, don't trade Jax. Let's see what can happen, what we can do with him. Let's see if we can turn this thing around. And he gave you 21 points tonight, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, and showed you if you put him in the right role, Jackson Hayes can be useful on this team. Still obviously has some things you would like him to do better, but as you heard Coach say, Big Q said it, without Jackson Hayes doing this tonight, man, we don't win this game. We don't win this game. So shout out to him, man. Get them rebounds up. Let's get you a double-double next time, Jax. But good game, man, for somebody who everybody thought was cooked and been putting in all the damn trade machines for the last 2-3 months. So shout out to Jax. Next guy up, man, is none other than Mr. Najee Marshall. 40 free throw attempts as a team, bro. Najee had 10 of them things. He was getting downhill, bro. He had it on his mind that he was going to make it happen. Yeah, he was 4 for 10 from the field, but he was 8 for 10 from free throw line. Huge part of us getting the dub. Played the best defense he could. Obviously, helping out on Shea. That was a tall task tonight. But Jack stepped up, man, handled his business. Got you 17, 8, and 3. Not bad numbers for somebody that's supposed to be your third, fourth guy off the bench. So shout out to Najee Marshall, man, stepping in that starting lineup. Wasn't crazy about how it looked the previous game, but he definitely showed his worth this game. So shout out to him. And moving on to the player of the game himself, he has refound himself and climbed up back to the status that we know him of, becoming Trigger Trey again, hitting 5 3-pointers tonight. You know what I'm saying? He gave 23, 5, and 1 assist with some big buckets, man, when we needed them. So Trey has finally arrived. We've been waiting for this game. Was in a bit of a slump. He kind of broke out of that tonight, man. Came up big with the 5 threes and definitely helped propel us to the dub. Led the team in scoring and continues to be that guy that we knew he was, man. Glad to see him back. Not going, through that little slump he was going through and kind of rediscovering his shot again. And I want to see him get up some more shots, man, because shot pretty good tonight. Would have liked to seen him take even more shots, but nonetheless, handled his business tonight. 23 points was huge, as well as those 5 rebounds.
Yeah, man. Trey Murphy had a couple off games, but he really came into this one, man, and kind of led the day for the Pels, man. But really, it was you look at a full effort all around with what the Pelicans gave, man. And anyway, like we talked about the depth of the team and everything that they brought tonight, it was kind of maddening at times, like when the epic collapse happened in the third quarter. We kind of naturally start saying, oh, here we go, but the Pelicans just gathered enough heart to kind of force this thing. And yeah, it could have been over in the fourth if we hit a couple of free throws here or there. But going into overtime, once it went in overtime, I said, yeah, they got a chance to take this, and they were able to push even harder and further to secure the victory. And like we say, in the back-to-back, and one game is home, the other one's away, and the Pelicans go up there despite the fact that they don't play really well away, and they were able to secure a victory. That's a big, big old learning, confidence building win for the Pelicans. You're out of your big guys. You almost didn't have CJ McCollum and his 17 points, the double-double that he gave in this game. He almost didn't play. So imagine if he hadn't played, how difficult it would have been. But regardless or not, Jackson Hayes, we needed that production. We needed that performance. And he came in there and just showed out in a major way for them. He outplayed Valanciunas, if you think about it. He took a minute more than Val, gave him 21 points versus his 10, but altogether, it was just a good effort for the Pelicans and gave them just enough to win. They were 82.5% shooting from the foul line, which one more shot gets us the extra, without all the extra drama. But still in all, I got to say, some of these games you're going to win pretty. Some of them you're going to win ugly. Some of them you got to grind to get. And the Pelicans were able to get a win that on a 2-game winning streak. I'm very happy for that. we get the 20th win of the season. I think we recaptured the Southwest as well. Look like we do. We do capture the Southwest. They just didn't update it right there. They go 20-12. Memphis, I think Memphis is on the 2-game losing streak. I'm gonna have to check and get an updated standing. Give me just a second, family. Let me take a look at the standings live time. We'll get all this ferreted out. Okay, yep. And the Pelicans, they got them still situated behind them. Okay, I see what they're doing there. But right now, the Pelicans, they have them situated with 20 wins, and Memphis sitting up there with 19 wins. So they're going to have to swatch that or flip that. But anyway, regardless or not, the Pelicans is still a top 5 team in this league. They're winning without their stars. B.I. and Zion both out. Larry Nance, one of their key bench guys. And what do the Pelicans do? They go 2-0 without some of their biggest players. They get a little rest there. So this is good. Anyway, let's move on, family, before we open up the phone lines. Let's get into the next matchup. This one will be a little bit harder. Indiana Pacers is the next team up on the docket. This is another team that plays really good basketball, when they want to, that is. And this is a team that always seems to come at the Pelicans with some difficult, they always come with a certain sense of, what can I say? Urgency urgency for lack of better words. They always give the Pelicans, a challenge to a degree. And of course, they got Miles Turner now. They're talking about giving Miles Turner an extension. Now, them people so topsy-turvy is ridiculous. But Tyrese Halliburton is their top guy. They are winners of 2 in a row. I want to say they won 2 in a row for the Pacers. Yeah, I know they won. They're winners of 2 in a row currently, and now they're sitting at 17-16, 8-9 away. Pelicans will be at home, 20-12, and 13-4 at home. This will be Monday night basketball, 7 p.m. tip-off. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Zion or B.I. or Larry.
He should be up from the protocols. I think it's 72 hours, right?
So you thinking Zion and they'll will be there for the Monday night matchup?
I mean, it could be possible. I think you get reevaluated after 72 hours. And Willie Green also said that B.I. would for sure miss the next 2 games. This is the 3rd game. This is the game I said he could possibly be back.
We'll see,
Maybe,
DC. Yeah. We'll see.
It'd be kind of I guess a wish and a prayer at this point, but maybe B.I. can return.
It'll be cool to get both of them returned at the same night. Could you imagine the energy that will provide? But I don't know.
Maybe that's the plan.
Could be. Could very well be. It wouldn't be a surprise to kind of hold them back and then put them in there at the same time if they can hold them back to put them in there while rushing back at the Pelicans. I mean, that's the thing. What's the talk on what have we heard on Larry Nance, man?
I haven't heard anything about Larry Nance. I mean, it's Achilles soreness though, and just understanding how serious an Achilles injury is. I definitely wouldn't, rush that back, man. You got to be careful with something like that, especially a guy like Larry who has very, very good athleticism. You don't want to do anything to hinder that. So I ain't really heard a lot of talk on him returning. So guess we got to go dig up some stuff and see what coach is saying about that. I mean, with Zion and Ingram being out, that's been all the talk I've been hearing and the questions that the reporters have been asking. There ain't been a lot of questions about Larry.
Yeah, he had to mention Larry being out. They talked about Zion and talked about B.I. and the coach said and Larry. I hear you asked about Larry, so he did make that reference in one of the post press conference when they were talking about him. So, but anyway, we'll see how it all goes moving forward. But DC, with Larry being out, man, we don't need Larry the way Jackson Hayes is playing, right? Anyway. With that being said, family, moving on in this thing, you see Tyrese Halliburton is their top guy, 20 points a game on 47.2% shooting from the field. Miles Turner is their top rebounder at 8 a game, and Bert Halliburton averaging almost 11 assists per contest in 33 minutes of action. Boy, he's stepping up and showing out for them up there in Indiana, got them winning. Of course, we know where Zion is. He's the top leader in points. Big V is the top rebound man, and CJ averaging 6 assists in 35 minutes of action for him. Aaron Naismith is the guy that's missing. Of course, the Pelicans, 2 of their top people are out, Ingram and Williamson. You heard what DC said Also, Larry Nance could be later on in there, but the Pacers are currently on the 2-game winning streak. So are the Pelicans. So on Monday night, something got to give. And I know at some point, the Pelicans will update us on what's going on with Ingram, Williamson, and Larry Nance at this point. So we'll find out what's going on. Anyway, so man, we look at the with the depth chart. This is what their depth chart looks like. As I told you, Tyrese Halliburton, the former Sacramento King, he's smiling and profiling with the Pacers, man, and running. This guy is averaging a double-double. His assist is the best in the NBA. He's averaging 20 points a game. That's 38th in the NBA, but he leads the NBA in assists with 10.6 per game. So he's distributing the ball. In the win over the Pacers, he had 43 points and 7 assists in the game. So Tyrese Halliburton stepping up in a major capacity to help the Pacers out. And you look at some of their other guys, Buddy Hield is a guy that we know all too well, 17, almost 17 and a half by him, 5 rebounds for Buddy Hield. He had 21 against the Pacers as well. And Buddy, DC, is shooting 3-pointers. He shot, if you look at how he's been playing, DC, in the regular season, Buddy's shooting about 40% from the 3-point line, man, for the Pacers. And he's doing his thing as well for them. So we got Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield. Miles Turner is another dude that is doing his thing. Go ahead, DC.
I say Chris Duarte, man. He's a guy that was playing out of his mind too. Last year, they got a lot of talent on this team, man. You got Buddy, who obviously can hit those threes. Last time, I think our plan is going to be to slow down Miles Turner. Miles Turner definitely killed us last time. Tyrese Halliburton is what he is as well. Another great player. Ben Mathurin also.
Look what he doing, DC.
It's pretty excellent. That's huge for a rookie, bro.
Dude, 17 and a half, bro.
That's huge for a rookie.
41%.
I kind of eat my words because I didn't want us to draft him. He's good, and I thought he would be good, but I didn't know he would be that good as he is right now. But I saw him as just wanting to be that number one guy, and he kind of went in over there and with the Pacers. He's not that guy, but he's playing his role and playing very good.
Amazing.
Even though the Heat look like they stifled him a bit, but they still got that dub. But Miles Turner was the guy that killed us last time we played, man. I think Miles Turner, did he have was it 40 points or 30 points or something? It was a lot last time we played him. So good. He coming off a horrible game. Even damn, how they won, bro? Miles Turner ain't scored nothing. Mathurin ain't scored nothing. How they won that game against the Heat? But
Tyrese Halliburton, he put up 43.
Well, yeah, he gonna do what he do.
Buddy, I think, put up 20 something. So there you go.
He put up 21. That's about what Buddy do, though. Buddy give you about 18, 20. He gonna shoot. He gonna shoot and shoot and shoot like the gun range, bro. No matter how many miss, gonna keep on shooting. But Miles Turner was killing us with them threes last time we played him, man. I think he's shooting like 40% or something like that on the season. So we got to watch out for that, man. You got a guy who's we got Big V playing, can't really guard him, and I'm sure they're gonna look to exploit that and also keep Big V out the paint, give us any type of rim protection, and they're also gonna try to attack the paint, with Big V out of the paint. So this is a tough matchup for us. I think last time when we played Pacers, we lost. So this will be a nice challenge, man. But I'm looking forward to us getting possibly at least Zion or B.I., one of those guys back. And I definitely think if that happens, we can get this dub, man. We will get this dub, shall I say.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man, watching this game. And the Pacers come down here, and like I said, they are a team that have some people that are interesting, man. Like we just showed, and he hit 4 3-pointers, DC Miles Turner, against the Pelicans the last time they played him. He was 4 of 7 from downtown against the Pelicans. So yeah, this is an interesting squad, man, to be honest with you. Remember, CJ McCollum
hit center, bro. You might as well hit 8 3-pointers, bro. You hit 4 of them things as a center.
Yeah. So I mean, they saying Aaron Naismith is out of the game, so you might see Jalen Smith or another guy in there. But yeah, TJ McConnell's a hustle player for him. Ben Mathurin, we talked about him. You talked about Chris Duarte off the bench, Buddy Hield in the shooting. So I mean, this is an interesting team, man. So the Pelicans like I said, this team right here is still not on the level of the Pelicans, man. This is still, I consider this an underling team. They'll play you just like I want to say like the teams like a Utah Jazz or even like an OKC team will play you tonight when they know you shorthanded. They go at the Pelicans saying, well, the Pelicans don't have Zion. They don't have BI. They don't have one of their top guys off the bench. We could beat them. And then, of course, the Pelicans say, hold on here. We still got some guys that's former first-round picks that have something to show you, and they step up and rise to the occasion against a bottom-feeding team like OKC, like what we supposed to do. So Indiana's a team that's not quite there. They have some parts. They're not complete. They're trending in the right direction, but they're still one of those bottom-feeding East Coast teams. I mean, maybe on a fringe team, I would say, DC, maybe like right on the edge of the playoff picture, barely on the edge of the playoff picture. But outside of that, the Pelicans, depending on who we get, if we can get Zion back, I think Zion, if he clears the protocol, he comes back in, we should be able to get this win, man. But I'm real bucked about the fact that the Pelicans on that 20th win. I want to see more from this team moving forward, bro. It's been a long time since we've seen the Pelicans have this many wins this early in the season, bro.
Yeah, man. We talking what? When we looked it up last time we was first, it's 2008. I forgot the what year.
2008. It was 08,
yeah,
bro.
2008, man.
Yes.
That's a long time, bro.
Very long time.
That's almost 20 years ago, So it's definitely great to see that, but I'm not satisfied, man. Seeing what we saw in the Pels getting to this record, man, the potential that they have is way greater than where they're at now. So to me, it's just amazing on where they could be in the future. You know what I'm saying? So not to look forward, but to enjoy the present. We had a lot of up and downs with injuries. I mean, when you think about it, our starting lineup with Herb, Big Z, Brandon Ingram, Jonas. I mean, those guys only probably played maybe 5 or 6 games together. So we still, even though we're playing pretty good, we reached number 1. Right now, we're number 2 currently right now, right?
Yeah.
Is that right, Big Q?
According to the standards, DC, they ain't flopped them like they were supposed to. But the ones the NBA put up, they still haven't adjusted it. Well, the Pelicans should be on top of that. They have 20 wins in this.
So we should be number 1.
I
think
no, you're not going to be over Denver. Denver's the top team right now.
We don't hold a tiebreaker with
No, I think Grizzlies. Hold on, let me see, because the Grizzlies, they showing like they just won a game. They might have just won something.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Grizzlies are 20-11 as well. They beat the Suns.
Everybody beating the Suns right now.
Yeah, the Sun. There was a win. They beat they were able to beat the Suns 125-100. So they spanked the Suns, and now they are in second place with the Pelicans in third place. And on top of that thing is Denver, as you can see right here. There go the line right there. Denver, Memphis, New Orleans, then Phoenix, Clippers, and Sacramento, the top 6 teams in the Western Conference. So the Pelicans still a top 5 club in this thing, and doing this stuff without Zion and BI, which is absolutely phenomenal that they were able to get 2 wins. Now, of course, they're 2 subpar teams, but it's still the NBA, right? They still were able to get these wins, man, right before and give the Pelican Nation, a Christmas gift of sorts, a 2-game winning streak. And of course, after Christmas, we'll launch into this Indiana Pacer club. And you can see right here, the Pacers are 8th in the East right now. And they've winners of 2 in a row, but they're 5-5 over the last 10. So they've been playing 500 ball, as opposed to the Pelicans, man, are 6-4 over the last 10 as well. So we trying to get to the right side of things. We're going to be on the right side of things, and we're going to hit this thing at the right time. So shout out to the fam. Thank y'all for being here. Please hit the like button, family, if you hadn't hit it. Please feel free to hit that thing. As you can see, DC, we chiming, man. We looking good in the West, man. We just got to keep it up, bro.
Man, we looking real good. After I stated what I told you, man, we're not fully healthy. Guys been in and out of lineup. We ain't hit our full stride yet. So I'm happy with it, man. But like I said, not content, more excited for what the future holds, man. I'm really interested to see what we're going to look like after the All-Star break, bro, when we really start to hit our stride.
Indeed, bro. Indeed. All right, fam, we're going to get to the part of the show, man. We're going to drop the link for the family members who want to chime in on this episode the Pelican post game report. If you want to get in there, please feel free to hit the link. It's pinned to the chat. Hit the hell out the link, and you can be able to pop in here and sprinkle some game. I know we ain't do it the last time around, but we opened up the lines tonight so the family can chime in. And I know we're going to get a lot of love from the family about Jackson Hayes. They're going to be congratulating the Pel Nation for not sending Jackson Hayes packing. And of course, it'll be fine, man. That's what depth do, your family. When we got a long team, bro, that'll work. Mary Kate said, "Did y'all see what Josh said about the West?" No, what did he say, Mary? Y'all let me know. You know,
he said he ain't scared of nobody in the West. The only team they I guess respect or got a little fear about is the Celtics. Nobody in the West scares him.
He just said he ain't met a full Pelican club. I'm not mad at him, bro, because he haven't seen.
Man, what are you supposed to say though?
Right.
I mean, what we
scared
say?
of the
We
Pelicans.
scared of the Grizzlies?
Hell no. Nah. You know, so I mean, yeah, I'm not mad at for him for saying that, but what it does is it just gives us material to smack the hell out of Memphis. That's all it does. And when we get, you know, he hasn't seen the Pelicans fully staffed out. That's the bottom line. And none of them have seen the Pelicans fully staffed out, which none of them can deal with us. And it's just proof positive. You look at what's going on right now. We playing around in most of these wins, DC, that we've had over the last several games or so have been without our second leading scorer and second best player, and BI being out there. And then, of course, the Pelicans.
Our first best scorer, too.
Right. Over the last two games without Zion Williamson, the Pelicans still get wins. So that brings a lot of extra playing time to get guys really ready to step up to the next level. So once we do get BI back and Zion back and, and finally Larry back, you'll see this team really take off, and you'll really see a real dangerous team that a lot of people, they just can't envision it because it hadn't been showed to them yet, but we can see it. And when the time comes, he'll see it too, because ain't nothing they got that can stop what we got going on over here.
Right.
The only team you could say that might stand a chance in making it interesting would be the Golden State Warriors, because if they can bring that three ball and some of their defense, they might be all right.
Experience, man. That's why that's a team, I think is a hard matchup for us. It's their experience on top of what you said, and having probably one of the best point guards to ever play the game in the way that Steph does what he does, man. It's a real unique experience that nobody else can duplicate. That's the only team that puts a little fear in me, bro. The Celtics, I think, are very good, but I think when it comes down to the come down in the series, I think the Pels beat the Celtics, man.
But DC, just hypothetically speaking, even though we know the Celtics are playing out-of-worldly basketball, man, and when it eventually comes to it, and the Pelicans do get it all together, whether it's this year or next year,
it'll be this year.
It most certainly
the Pelicans getting it together. It'll be this year.
It'll most certainly be a team like the Celtics that'll be representing the East from the other side. How do the Pelicans, the Celtics, fare against the Pelicans fully staffed? I mean, with BI, with Zion, a battle tested, meaning both of these teams that went through the regular season and then arrived at the playoffs. They know each other's tendencies because they had Willie teaching them over a full season of basketball. They bought it even harder. And of course, you have BI, Zion, Larry Nance, and everything that we got. The rookies like Dyson Daniel has all that extra experience. Guys are more seasoned and know what they got to do. How do the Celtics look against the Pelicans in the finals, man? That'll be really captivating.
I think that's an excellent finals, man. That'll be something that's interesting that I think everybody would want to watch. That'd be a fun finals. It would be something. It would definitely be a high scoring affair. Because I don't think either team has an answer for their best players. Like, we don't have an answer for Jason Tatum. I mean, nobody.
BI can't slow him down.
I mean, he can match his output, I would think, and, make it a game. But Tatum probably still would get at least 28, 25. Like, I don't think nobody's stopping them from doing that.
Because you told me the Slim Reaper, man. You liked how they were. There was at one
Slim
point
Reaper
you
is
saying,
KD, man. BI is BI, man. That is. That is him. He is him.
Nah, KD ain't shit no more, bro. Come on with that.
I
Bro.
mean,
That's
that's
the
his
old man
name, the
out there.
Slim Reaper, man. I
We
mean,
got-
the
We
dude been
taking that
playing.
off of him, bro. Like
Nah,
Dwight Howard took
I
Superman off of
can't do
Shaq
that,
legs.
bro. Not how the dude been playing lately, bro.
Not you been talking Bi up all of a sudden saying that he's better
No,
than
I'm not
Tatum,
talking
then all of a
Bi
sudden
down. Now, how is you trying to keep staring this bull? What the hell you want to stare at with this bullshit,
because
man?
I'm getting tired of some people
I
around here
never talked
telling me
Bi
about
down. I
Bi
said I started off saying
that
we
Bi
don't
is better
have.
than Tatum. You said that,
I said that, and I still believe that.
but what
But
you
Jason
talking about
Tatum.
right now? Then
Well, if you would shut the hell up, I'll tell you.
I can't, bro, because I'm sick of the hypocrite stuff, bro. What's
It
going
ain't no
on?
hypocrite stuff. You ain't
DC,
let
what
me
is
finish
wrong,
my
brother?
damn statement
I think
before you
somebody
tell me what
cloned
I'm talking
DC
about.
and sent them back from the island. DC, what's going on,
Oh,
brother?
all right. I see you just want to get on your island talk. All right. That's what this all was about.
Go ahead, bro.
That was all that to do that shameless island plug. So you went all the way around the world for that? All right, I got you.
Pretty close. Go ahead, brother.
Right. But like I was saying, man, the way Jason Tatum's playing right now, there's no answer for him. You know what I mean? But Bi playing at the highest level is, if not equal to or better than Jason Tatum, in my opinion, playing at the highest level that he's capable of playing. So they don't have an answer for Bi either. Nobody does. And there's no answer for Zion. So it comes down to, with the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, no, Marley, that ain't funny, bro. Them is white boys, bro. But with the combination of Jaylen Brown and Tatum, and our combination of Zion and Bi, I mean, what you gonna take every time? And we got a better supporting cast, in my opinion, but they have more experience, but not really that much. So, like I said, bro, with those combining factors, I think Zion and Bi go crazy playing against the Celtics, and it wouldn't look like that first time when we played them. And then you still got to factor in CJ. You know, what would he do? So I think the game becomes ultimately super easy for him. And I just see us beating the Celtics teams. I think they get a couple of wins, though. It would definitely be, a 6 or 7 game series. But the Pels come out on top, man, because we're too good, bro. And our top 2 players are superstars. So it's just a matter of us coming into the full potential of what we are by all playing together. Because like I said, our starting lineup probably only played maybe 5, 6 games together since and all of them's been hurt. When they get their legs, bro, I don't think nobody want to see the Pelicans, to be honest with you. Even the Warriors. I don't think they would be happy to play us either.
Yeah, I'm looking at BI statistics and what Tatum's doing, man. He's averaging over 30 points a game right now. He's playing some really good basketball. I'm pretty sure when BI comes back, I think he'll turn it up. So, I mean, yes, indeed, man. That's been the major sticking point right now for the Pelicans, is the injury situation. If it's not Zion, it's BI and vice versa. But it's also, DC, when you have a team like them and they're going into the playoffs, and like you said, that's when the inexperience of being in the playoffs, you have a guy like CJ McCollum who has that experience and that calming factor over the team. And then, of course, guys like Larry Nance Jr. that's there, man. So I just love the Pelicans mix of talent, youth, and experience. And Willie is going to kind of calm them down. But we have an unstoppable force by the name of Zion Williamson that nobody could stop. And of course, when BI gets going, that's a whole nother situation altogether. And of course, you mentioned CJ, but DC, Big V, he ain't exactly chopped liver. And this thing, Trey Murphy, when he gets going as well. So I mean, Herb is starting to round out with his game defensively, getting in there. He had a better performance offensively speaking. He didn't look really good shooting 3-ball tonight, but his defense was still there. He still had several plays in which he helped the Pelicans offensively. So, I mean, like, it's so much. It's a lot. And the Pelicans, as long as they keep trending upward, like what they're doing, it's gonna be hell on wheels for the rest of the NBA, man, to be honest with you. But yes, I don't fear anybody, man, in the NBA. I don't have no fear of anybody. Just like Josh said, he doesn't fear anybody in the West. And when you talk reckless like that, everybody hears that, including the Pelicans, who, off top, if you going in this upcoming race, we know that Memphis is going to be there. We know because they're in that same age group with our Pelican club. So we know Memphis is going to be there, and we're gonna have to show them when the cupboards are fully stocked what the Pelicans look like, man. So you're absolutely right on how those starter minutes look, DC. All right, shout out to the fam and shout out to y'all out here. Appreciate y'all chiming in the chat. Much love. Brother Slim says bench is play important. You're absolutely right, Brother Slim. You're absolutely right, bro. Bench is going to be a major factor in a series like that, man. A major factor. And I just want the
you heard
Pelicans
CJ say that yesterday, man, when he talked
Mhm.
about going into the playoffs. I'm happy guys like that stepped up, because going into the playoffs, you know, our role players are who's going to win us the game. And he's absolutely right, man.
Yeah, you're right, DC, and I got our squad on the table right here, man. And you know what's really intriguing about the Pelicans, man? You look at everything: Jose Alvarado, Dyson Daniels, Najee Marshall, Trey Murphy. When your starters like a BI and Zion gets back, that push Trey Murphy and all onto the bench. So you have guys like Jose, Trey, Dyson, Najee, Larry Nance, and Jackson backing up, and if you need Billy Hernan Gomez to step up. And then down in the future, man, people like EJ Liddell, and it's just KLJ, all this type of stuff, man. So it's just going to be awesome, man. No doubt about it. The Pelicans are constructed the right way to run this thing, man. And we're going to show a lot of people in the league what the hell going on. All right, to the fam, shout out to y'all. Hit the like button for me, fam. Also realize that the link is posted to the top of the chat. If you want to chime in on the Pel chat, please feel free to hit the link and pop on in and talk some Pels, man. The link is in the chat. All right. Avestein, I hope I'm saying your name right, fam. Avestin says, CJ be on that BS sometimes. What you mean, bro? What you mean he be on the BS sometimes?
Boy, y'all hard on CJ. CJ would be, I guess, our superstar tonight, man. I mean, he took 18 shots. Yeah, he only made 5 of them. He had an off night, but I mean, he did have a slight injury. So, and the man just dropped 40 the game before that, and he dropped like 31 the game before that. I don't know. I think we'd be too rough on CJ all week.
Yeah, I
Expect
don't
him
understand.
to be perfect.
Yeah, because he wasn't even supposed to really play tonight. That was a last minute change for him to get in there. And bro,
Right.
we wouldn't have won the game tonight if it wasn't for him. He kicked.
Well, I guess maybe
17
he's alluding to the play when he threw the ball out of bounds.
Oh,
and
he's
OT.
saying turnovers. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but I mean, you right, brother.
He yelling at you, DC. He says, I'm concerned about teams like Utah in the playoffs. Them 7-footers was giving Zion Hill. I don't even think Utah makes the playoffs this year, man.
Yeah, Utah ain't going to the playoffs, man.
Yeah,
Utah
bro, you don't have to worry about no
bad
playoffs.
matchup for us, man. I don't think
right.
I don't think in a 7-game series Utah gonna be like blowing us out or nothing. I don't think that. I'm not really concerned about that like that. Man.
Now listen, DC, the Pelicans did get swept by Utah. What it was, the three games they played Utah and they beat them. But I think that like Utah treated the Pelicans when they played the Pelicans.
And they got all the calls too.
Right. And going up there to Utah, it's always some funny calls. You've seen it yourself. We went up there. It's the high altitude crap. That's not, and they got us. They beat us 3 games. They swept the Pelicans on a year. True indeed. But it's like when they played the Pelicans, that was almost like the NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? That team is not really going anywhere. They played the Pelicans way beyond their capacity. Because if you look at what they've been doing recently, they haven't looked that well. So it just appears to me like they play the Pelicans really well, just like, you alluded to, DC, is just that's a good matchup for them, and that's what it looks like.
Right, but when you play them over and over and over again, I don't think it's the same outcome. I don't, man. They wouldn't get the call
clutch, CJ
for the whole series. But I feel what he's talking about, the turnovers, alluding to the one tonight. But I mean, when we realistically look at it, though, man, CJ has the ball like a ridiculous amount of times, man. And I remember like way more than I could put on 2 hands of a bunch of games where CJ only had 1 or 2 turnovers. We I don't know, for whatever reason, when he do something bad, it's kind of heightened. And he did have some times where you might question the shot he takes in the clutch or this or that. When Zion is out there and BI is out there, yeah. But when they ain't got nobody else out there, man, I don't question none of them shots when he take them. when he's in the role of being the guy, like right now, I don't know. I'm just not that low on CJ like everybody else. Obviously, I see things where, he could play a little better, but I can't be mad at somebody who giving me about 30 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds on probably about two and a half turnovers a game in the month of December.
DC,
I just can't be mad at that.
Let me chime in the last 10 games for CJ. It's posted right here. They got it all laid out for you. Last 10 contests, he averaged almost 36 minutes per game. He shot almost 44% from the field, 40% from downtown, 86.5 from the free throw line. He averaged 5 rebounds, almost 6 assists, and then he averaged almost 21 points a game. And he did have 3 turnovers per contest, but 21 points a contest over the last 10 matchups. So he had
lower than I thought, but
still in all. I mean, but he's averaging 19.4 on the season.
Yeah.
But during the last 10, that's above his season average, but still in all. Like he had some of the C19 stuff he was coming off. He had to get his legs back. He spoke about that. But ultimately, I don't have no big issues with CJ McCollum, man, because I know when you need CJ, he gonna come through for you. And like tonight, he wasn't even supposed to play tonight, to be honest with you. That was a last minute change. And he got in there, and if it wasn't for him, he had 17 points, 11 assists, and 4 rebounds off from getting a triple double. I mean, CJ McCollum is tried and tested, bro. Been in the league for a while, and when called upon, man, he does his best. So I don't have any bones with CJ, but a lot of them do make mistakes, bro. Ain't no hiding it, but at the end of the day, I think he gives you more pluses than minuses, man.
Right. I mean, how many players in the league can shoot 10 3-pointers a game and average 40 or 50%, bro? So whatever minuses come with that, I'm willing to take, especially with a team that got a Zion Williamson and a Brandon Ingram. Because what we're going to see is when we really get in the clutch time with a lot of these games, especially in playoff situations, I think CJ going to show up more times than he's going to let us down. And he don't have to carry all the weight, which I think ultimately once he settles into that position, it's going to make it a lot easier. And this goes back to what I was saying before. It's still an adjustment. CJ played with Dame most of his career where, he took a lot more shots, carried a bigger piece of the burden, so to speak. But as he gets into playing with Zion and BI, which he hasn't played with for a bunch of games, we got to remember CJ played with BI last year, but Zion wasn't there. So the CJ we going to need when it's just him and BI or just him and Zion is different than the CJ we going to need when it's him and Zion and BI. And once they figure that out, I mean, what are you going to have to do in the clutch? Hit open shots? We know he could do that.
Yeah, the game gets a lot easier, DC, when you get all of them.
So you're going to see, people going to be like, oh, CJ, that dude, once the game get way easier for him. So I'm looking at the big picture, man. Obviously, CJ and the dude that, like, you're going to build your whole team around. But I would think he's like maybe a level or two beneath that. Like, he's definitely a guy that could be an all-star. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at it. You got a dude who's an all-star caliber player, $20 million contract over the next, 4 years or whatever, and that can average 40% from the three-point line, get you 21 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. Like, money well spent. Keep doing what you're doing, CJ. Cut your turnovers back a little bit, and everything will be fine, man.
Yeah, DC, for real, bro. We talked about getting them all, and that's the big point when it gets down to it, isn't it? Getting them all healthy and getting them all playing at the same time. Getting Zion, BI back healthy and playing for a long stretch of games. They don't have the pressure of trying to mount a winning streak because the team is losing. They have some cushion here. Pelicans won their 20th game tonight. They have some cushion here. and they have to feel that desperation. So it's kind of like it's a different effect as opposed to, man, we sure wish we had Zion back because we need what he can bring. The Pelicans they're on the plus side of things right here, thanks to them playing as well as they could play with guys missing. So at the end of the day, I like where we are trending at, and eventually they just got to get them all on the court at the same time, get used to each other's tendencies, and let's go into the playoffs with that mindset and fully in grasp in our minds. Let's move on to this, DC. Let's talk now. I know CJ was a point of talk. A lot of people want to talk about, but let's talk about Jackson Hayes, since a lot of people won't talk. And I know Jay Black mentioned this on the last time we did the call-in, that he was kind of upset that I think shout out to Trey and Jay Black, that Jackson, he was asking about Jackson Hayes and what he was doing. Well, tonight, Jackson Hayes' contribution, 21, 6, 4, +5 on the plus minus. He showed up masterfully. And if it wasn't for what he gave us tonight, Pelicans wouldn't have won. He came in there, heavy-handed minutes, had 28 minutes in the matchup. That's first time in a long time he had that type of production. Let's hear it for Jackson Hayes, DC. What would you say to some of our naysayers of Jackson?
I would say be patient, man, and then realize what I kept telling people, even when Jackson Hayes is playing bad, and I didn't disagree that he's playing bad and agree with his level of play. Trade him for what? Like, what do we think we about to realistically get for Jackson Hayes other than, I guess, salary cap relief, which he only has 1 year left anyway. The possibility of what he could be versus what we get in return for him is way worth the risk, in my opinion. If you got a bona fide player out there you could get, then I get it. But everything I'm hearing, it's just like, just get rid of him, just to get rid of him. And I don't understand that. When you got a guy who can come in a game like tonight, give you 21 points, miss one shot, play crucial minutes in the game, and be a big part of you actually winning the game. Like, why are you just trying to get rid of that and really get nothing in return? Because just to get rid of him, you're not getting nothing. What are you going to get? You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing. The other thing is players like Jackson Hayes, who I constantly say over and over again, who started playing basketball like really young into his career. Well, really late into his career, not young. Like, they take time to develop. We knew he was a project player when we drafted him. We put all this work in with him, right? Now we got him. Well, we probably could retain him for not much. He on the bench. He seemed to be happy when he was clapping and cheerleading. He didn't have a problem with that. And now you got him to a point where you can re-sign him for nothing, continue to work on him. I just feel like whoever get Jackson Hayes, he's going to turn the corner and be a pretty good player. I constantly bring up JaVale McGee when you look at Jackson Hayes. Somebody who, in the beginning of their career, they made a lot of mistakes, wasn't the most intelligent basketball player, didn't do everything the right way, but eventually figured it out. And as you can see, helped two teams win a championship. Jackson Hayes is a similar guy. Maybe not the same exact skill sets, but I feel like it'll be a similar story. And to have a guy like him with the potential of what he could be, I don't see a reason to let him go if it ain't really going to cost you nothing and you're not really getting anything in return to do so.
Yeah, I often thought, when you look at what Jackson Hayes brings to the squad, it's like, okay, by all considerations, it's definitely late blossoming, no doubt about it. Definitely late bloomer, to be honest with you. And him facing where he's facing it, the Pelicans can't afford to be really patient with him, because is there a demand for Jackson Hayes? He keeps playing like this, and there definitely will be a demand for him. But at the end of the day, this is a good problem to have, to be honest with you. I don't see this as a negative problem. I think this is a good problem. And like Brother Martin says, he needs to keep this energy. the same type of whatever he capsulated and captured tonight, he needs to hold on to that. And in previous opportunities, he probably would have had more minutes had he had a different mindset, like when Coach Willie did put him on the floor and he went out there and he started jacking up three-pointers. Coach Willie pulled him right up out of there. How many games he had to do that before he got in his head, you know what, maybe this is not what they want me to do. Maybe I have to do something different.
Well, we all knew when we heard in the offseason and they asked everybody what they was working on, and they asked Jackson Hayes. He said, yeah, I've been working on my three-point shot. Everybody's like, no, we don't want you shooting no damn three-pointers. And I don't even think it's the fact of him shooting three-pointers as much as it is do all the other stuff, that you need to work on. And if somebody disrespects you and leave you open, okay, nobody be mad at you taking a three-point shot. If it's wide open, especially after you done got some dunks, got some rebounds, played excellent defense, set some good screens, you know what I'm saying? By all means, shoot a three-pointer. But to do that, as soon as you get in the game, that ain't the way to go.
That's the way to go, DC, if you want to ride the pine. That's exactly what you keep doing. Keep doing that shit. But anyway, with that being said, fam, we're going to get ready to get out on that. Listen, I appreciate the family members for chiming in on this episode of the Pelican Post-Game Report. The Pelicans get the win and present a great present.
So I guess nobody wanted to call in?
Nope, we gave him opportunity tonight, maybe tomorrow, next weekend. But with that being said, family, listen. This was the Pelicans gave the city, the region, and the whole Pel Nation a great present tonight. 128-125 overtime win over OKC. They improve with their 20 wins. They also are on a 2-game winning streak, and of course, the next matchup will be Monday night against the Indiana Pacers in the Smoothie King Center. So that'll be fun to watch. Hopefully, we'll get Zion or BI back soon. We'll see how it go, even though I think BI will be later on. But more than likely, we'll probably get Zion back like DC alluded to. So it's fun, man. It's fun, and it's good. It's a great present. And speaking of presents, shout out to the entire Pel Nation and the entire family. Happy holidays to you guys. May you guys have a great and beautiful holidays coming up here. Christmas, I call it Children's Day, coming up here soon to the family members. So you guys have a fantastic day. We will return tomorrow, Saturday morning. We'll be back at 11:45 for the Sports Coma. We will be doing the play-by-play on the Saints versus Brown watch party. So that'll be first thing on Saturday morning as the Saints are going to Cleveland, or in Cleveland right now, and they got a cold ass time, 10 degrees, 50 mile per hour winds off, all kind of craziness. Pelicans get the win. Hopefully the Saints can kind of contain this thing moving forward, get a win as well, even though I did pick them to lose, but we'll see. Hopefully they prove me wrong. All right, so with that being said, man, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all chiming in. DC, you have a happy Christmas, holiday, whatever they do on the island. Shout out to you. Hope you have a good holiday yourself, my friend.
I'm doing Hanukkah.
Excuse me?
I'm doing Hanukkah.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, so
I meant Heineken's. My bad.
Heineken's? You drink? Do you drink, DC?
Yeah, I drink water.
All right, so what you talking about Heineken's for, bro? What you talking about, bro? That's a
that
different
ain't how you
water.
say it? Oh, I thought that was how you said it. All right.
What you trying to say, bro? What are you trying to say? Heineken's? What are you trying to say? Hanukkah?
I guess, yeah, that.
Oh my Lord. Okay, we're gonna get out on that.
I'm trying to get 12 presents this year, bro.
Yeah, there you go. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave on that note. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. And I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Much love and go Pels.
Post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the